Good morning, everyone. Glad you are here today. Good to see all of you. We are excited. The preparations here at the studio are going fast and furious to get things brightened up and shined up and spread out. So hopefully some of you are looking forward to coming back and being on the mat here with us in the building. Stay tuned watch your emails for all the updates from Mike and Beth for the studio. And we're in process of working on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. So we miss you all so very much. And we know that some of you won't be comfortable yet coming back to the studios, so that's fine. We still have the Hive. It's going. We are setting up the studios so that classes can be recorded while we're teaching them. So this teacher will be recorded, not the students. So just like here, you'll only see me if you stay at home. You won't see the other participants in class. So yeah, stay tuned for all the details. Any requests for today? Touch your body parts, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Hips, I see. All right. We're going to do some shoulders, okay? We'll work on that. Terrific. Yeah. So we're going to blend in hips and shoulders together with a warrior series. So we're going to work on our 3 warrior poses, which are strong stances for our legs and our torso. We're going to work through warrior 1, warrior 2, and warrior 3. So if you know when we get into a balance pose for warrior 3 that you need some support, you'll want to make sure you have a wall that you can access or a table or a chair. If you'd like blocks instead, maybe you have those. Keep those nearby. We'll be doing that at the end of class. So, okay. Let's come down to constructive rest to get started, please. Come onto your back, lying down, and bend your knees. And allow your knees to come wider than your feet. And find your connection with the earth beneath you. As you rest, find your breath. Notice the weight of your body. It's heavy. And the gravity of the earth is pulling you down. The earth is reminding you always that you are connected. Even in the situation, in the days when you feel untethered and you feel that you're floating without support and without structure, you are connected. You have the earth beneath you. It is always supporting you. Sometimes it is bright and sometimes it is dark, but that is the way of the world. That's the way of our earth. We find our heart, we shine it out, and then we hide our heart into the darkness. We go back and forth through these cycles in our days and our nights, even within the day and within the night. Now let's bring a little bit of movement. Begin turning your neck, allowing your gaze to slide over to one side, and going through the center and sliding over to the other side. Allow your neck to rotate side to side. And now let's add the knees. They're going to go opposite your head. So as you're looking to the left, your knees are dropping to the right. And as your knees go left, your gaze looks right. Feel that release across the upper glutes, just below the crest of your pelvis. Now come to rest in the center, knees toward each other, feet wide. We're going to work with the arms a little bit. Bring your arms over your chest, point your fingers at the ceiling. Press your palms to touch each other and see if you can also press your elbows to touch each other. You'll need to bend your elbows a little bit. And you'll bring your thumbs down to touch your third eye, touch your forehead. Lift your elbows up toward the ceiling. Now straighten your arms up, reach your fingers toward the ceiling. Your elbows will need to open apart from each other just a bit for that to happen. Then as you bend your elbows, press your elbows together and bring your thumbs down. And straighten out, reach your fingers up. We'll do that one more time. Bend your elbows, press your elbows together, pull your thumbs to your forehead, reverse, go right back up. Now we'll separate the arms just a little bit, as wide as your shoulders. Keep your feet pressing, keep your navel pulling down, and we're gonna rotate the arms to reach over your head, taking your fingers behind you, reaching toward the back wall. We'll go in reverse, coming upward, fingers toward the sky, and now let's go all the way down. Slide your arms by your sides. Sides of your hands come to the ground beside your tush on the mat. Reverse. Inhale, arms lift, fingers to the ceiling. Exhale, arms over your head. Really squeeze your belly so you don't arch your back. Go in reverse. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, arms lower. All right. Okay, let's bring the feet parallel to each other in front of your sitting bones. And inhale your right leg up toward the sky. Flex your ankle and push your heel up. Now rotate your ankle in circles, going through point and flex. And reverse circle, rotate the other way. All right, now, straighten your leg really strong, tighten your thigh. Flex your ankle and pull your toes toward your head. Engage your abdominals. Slowly lower your straight leg all the way down to the mat. Once your heel touches the floor, bend your knee and drag your straight leg in and let your knees line up right next to each other, same as we began the other side. Now, ready to go on the second side? We take the left leg, kick it up toward the ceiling, flex the ankle, push your heel. Now rotate your ankle around in circles. Rotate, rotate, around and around. Squeeze and open your toes. All right, let's go on that lower leg lift. So push your heel to the sky. Engage abdominals down to the floor. Lower your straight leg all the way down to the mat slowly. Once your heel touches the floor, bend your knee and drag your foot in. Line up next to the other one. Open your knees wide. Bring the soles of your feet together. Knees open wide out to the side. Soles come to touch each other. Now we're going to take the arms open into cactus now. Bending the elbows 90 degrees. If you're able, try to get the elbows as high up as your shoulders. And maybe the backs of your hands come to touch the floor. Now we don't want the back to arch here, so let's engage the low belly and pull it down toward the floor. Press the feet into each other and pull the outside edges of the knees down toward the floor as well. We're going to bring the forearms together over your chest, bent elbows. Inhale, open wide. Back where we started, arms to the floor. Exhale, forearms together, squeeze and press. Inhale, open wide. One more like that. Squeeze them together. Inhale, open wide. Good. Now we're going to bring them up like we had before, bent elbows. Take eagle arms, cross your right elbow under your left, and maybe give your shoulders a hug, reach around the back, or take eagle arms, back of the hands together, or palms together. Think about stretching out your shoulders. Maybe moving your hands forward and backward away from your head, or up and down the length of your torso. Inhale, release, open them wide out to the side. Try the other side, bring them together. Slide your left elbow under the right, and again, take whatever shape works for your body. Maybe give yourself a shoulder hug. Maybe squeeze backs of the arms or palms together. And you decide what you want to do here to stretch your shoulders. You could bring your thumbs toward your forehead and away. You could bring your arms up and down, elbows toward your hips, fingers toward the back wall. Let's release. Inhale, open the arms wide. And as you exhale, lift your knees up, place your feet to the floor. Wide feet, drop your knees to the right. Bend your right elbow, reach your right arm across toward your left hand. Stretch it out. So you're sort of going across your body. You want to try to stretch the outside of your deltoid, your shoulder here. Go in reverse. Bring your arm, drag it across the center, open it wide. Lift your knees, drop your knees left. Bend your left elbow, slide your left arm across your body, reaching out toward your right hand. Again, stretching the deltoid, that big shoulder muscle there. Reversing, bend your elbow, drag your arm out to the side, lift your knees up. And this time, knees to your chest, squeeze them in, both knees come in tight. And you can rock a little, knees come in, knees release, knees come in, knees release. Let's circle the knees nice and wide. Pull your knees way out apart from each other and draw a circle around. Reversing the knees, other way. And now kick your feet up to the ceiling, flex your ankles, open your straight legs wide into the shape of a V, and take your hands to the insides of your legs. They can go anywhere you can reach. Inner thighs, knees, sides of your calves, any of those will work. Then let's take resistance. Press your hands into your legs and press your legs into your hands. Now release the resistance and open for a stretch. Go again, add resistance. And release the resistance, go for a stretch. Bend your knees. Knees come together, feet to the floor. Roll to your side. Press upright, coming to seated. Find a comfortable place to be, sitting upright. Then we're going to add cat and cow from our seated position. So feel free to take a water break anytime, folks. It's warm out, so we want to stay hydrated. When we come through cat and cow, let's think of this heart center. And think of how we work through our heart center through our day. When we interact with people, sometimes we lead with the heart shining bright. Sometimes we're a little more shy and we snuggle the heart into ourselves. We're not as brave to put the heart out there. All right, release that and let's come to our neutral spine, nice and tall, fingers out to the side. Inhale, both arms up, palms touch and come down through the heart. Reverse direction, inhale, fingers go up. Exhale, open, fingers touch the floor. Reverse, inhale, fingers up. Exhale, palms down to the heart. Reverse, inhale, come up. Exhale, open wide, fingers down to the floor. Just the right arm, inhale, lift up. Twist left, rotate the body and drop your right arm across to the opposite knee. Stay tall in your spine. Rotate your gaze with you to the left as much as is comfortable to your neck. Now just the gaze, bring it back forward and maybe a little bit looking over your second shoulder, your opposite shoulder. Think about stretching out these connective shoulder muscles through here while you do this. Maybe you add nodding or jaw movements. Now let's take the left arm, the one that's behind us, reach it up, slide sideways, lean toward your right knee, and your gaze could go up or down, whatever's comfortable. Release, rise back up, rotate to center, fold forward over your shins, coming out the front. Drop in, lower your heart, lower your head. As you inhale, lift from your head and rise up. So just a note here on shape. There was a request to work on stretching the hips out. So if you work on making your crossed legs more into a box with your feet further away and wider under your knees, when you fold forward, as you flex your ankles and press into the sides of your feet, you're really going to get that pigeon type stretch in the outer hip. And that should feel quite nice for a hip stretch. Okay, let's come back and we'll extend both legs out the front for a moment, give them a shake, and we'll add in another twist and we'll incorporate the hip here. So keep the right leg straight, bend your left knee, and from here, we'll take the left foot across and place it to the floor. If it's comfortable for you to get the foot all the way down while it's crossed, that's good. If it's out to the side like this, we want to back it up, right? Then we're going to rotate to the left. Hold on to that knee with your arm and your core. Hold yourself up tall. Rotating left, peeking out the side. Really resisting here with your arm and leg. Settle into both sitting bones. Return center. Drop your knee open to the side. Hold on to your foot and your knee. Lift your leg a little bit and we'll draw some small circles with your leg, loosening the hip. Right. Now we come back to the middle. Hold on to your knee, bent leg here. And you can rock forward and backward a little if you like. And we're going to straighten the leg out, lifting it up in front of you. So from here, this might not be so comfortable for you to take it as far out as I'm reaching. Maybe you want to reach behind the knee. Okay. And we'll bend the knee, legs go straight. Let's sit in staff pose, strong legs here, bright feet. Spread your toes and press them equally forward through the balls of your feet. Okay, relax, shake out, crisscross the opposite way. We'll do the second side. All right, so first we'll take the fingers out to the side and we're gonna inhale both of them up and exhale, cactus the elbows, lift your heart. Inhale both of them up. Exhale, cactus the elbows, lift your heart. One more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus the elbows, open your heart. Release your arms all the way down. Left arm comes up, inhale. Rotate the ribs left, drop your arm across your body. Sorry, we're turning the ribs to the right. Your left arm crosses your body to your knee. As you rotate the heart, remember to sit tall and rotate your ribs around and your neck only so far as feels comfortable. Bringing just the face back to look forward again. And maybe rotating a little bit more over your opposite left shoulder. Again, feel free to nod your head a little bit. Maybe move your jaw. Work on stretching out that connective tissue and muscles in your upper back. Now let's reach the right arm all the way up overhead. Lean towards your opposite knee, slide it over. Gaze can go up or down. Release, come back up, and exhale to the center and lean forward. Remember, if you want to get that nice pigeon type, boxy hip stretch, slide your feet forward and wide so that when you come out over the front, flex your ankles and press the sides of your feet into the mat. Inhale, rise up. Extend your legs out the front. We'll add one more straight leg twist here. Give it a shake first. Keep the left leg extended. Bend the right knee. Your choice to cross over or not. Turning your ribs to the right. Holding on with your arm. Put some resistance there. The knee pushes into the arm pulls back. Heart opens to the side. Don't forget to keep your left leg turned on. Inhale, return to center. Drop your knee open to the side. Take a hold of your knee and your foot. Lift your leg up and draw some circles. Reversing through the circle. Get loose in that hip here. All right. Bring the knee to the center. Hold on to it with both hands, and then you can pull it in and out. You could rock back and forth. Then we're going to slowly straighten the leg as much as is comfortable for you. If you have a strap nearby, you could sling it around the balls of your foot. Keep your heart open here, really broaden your shoulders. Press equally through the whole toe bed of the balls of your foot, right through those knuckles. Okay, bend your knee. Release your leg out. Dandasana for 2 breaths. Nice and strong legs. Press the floor. Lift your heart. Broaden your shoulders. And release. Shake out. Have a sip of water and come to hands and knees. We'll be doing some work here on our knees for a bit. So if you need extra padding, now is your chance to add a blanket or fold your mat over. Okay, from hands and knees, let's start in the hips. Shift them side to side. Really stretch back into the flesh of the glutes there. Come to neutral spine, nice and tall over your wrists and knees. Extend your right leg to the back. Start by pressing the balls of the foot to the floor and pushing the heel behind you. Next, we'll squeeze and lift your right leg, extended directly out the back. If you feel stable, opposite arm walks forward. Lift your thumb up, raise your arm as high as your ear and shoulder. Then we're going to inhale, lower those pieces down and tap the floor. Exhale, squeeze and lift them back up. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Straight up and down. Inhale, lower, tap your foot to the floor, straight leg, straight arm. And exhale, lift your straight leg, straight arm. One more. Exhale, tap your straight leg, straight arm down. Inhale, lift them back up and release. Come down onto hands and knees. All right. So take a moment to turn your wrists out to the side. Rotate your fingertips out to point away from you. And gently rock just a little bit side to side. Then we'll come back to the center and we'll rotate the fingers toward each other. And again, just a little rock side to side. Back to center. And then shift all your weight onto your left hand and drop your right hand. Flip it upside down so that you come onto the back of your hand. But don't put pressure there. Just lay the back of your hand on the floor and twinkle your fingers around. And we'll trade sides. Other one. All your weight is on your right hand now. The back of your left hand is on the floor and twinkle your fingers around. All right, back to hands and knees. Let's try the same side. We'll go back with the right leg, but this time we're going to come up for gate pose. So let's start by kickstanding your left foot behind you. Put the right foot on the floor, ground it down. Let your right arm float up and come all the way up into gate pose. All right. Right leg is extended. And we'll tip over on the exhale to the right, reaching your left arm in space, sliding over. We bring the tailbone forward, we zipper up the belly, and we're open here. Inhale, rise up, and the left fingers are going to drop down to the floor or a block. Keep your right hand either up to the sky, or if your shoulder's bothering you, you can place your fingers on your shoulder, or you can let that right arm slide all the way over by your ear. All right, take a breath in here. Breathing out, bend your elbow to cactus. Turn your heart a little bit more toward the sky. One more inhale, reach over your head. And this time, exhale, rise back up to neutral. Bend your right knee, and we're going to come into warrior two with the knee down on the ground. So as you slide to the right a little bit, stack up your knee over your ankle. Keep this zippered in the middle. Arms are broad, gazing over your right fingers. And we'll take the reverse here. Drop your left arm, lift your right, and slide a little bit toward the left side. Maybe the left fingers come down to a block or the floor, or maybe you want to hover in space for support, strengthening with your middle. It's a lot more challenging that way. As you inhale, rise again, and we'll return to hands and knees. Now, I'd like to get off my knees for a bit, so I'm going to suggest downward dog. If you don't want to be in downward dog and you'd rather come down to your belly, go right ahead. Really press your arms, hands to the floor. Pull your sitting bones up and back. And let's toggle through bent knees with lifted heels and straighter legs with lower heels. Lift your heels and bend your knees. Then straighten your legs and lower your heels a bit. One more of those. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Straighten your legs and lower your heels a bit. Now lift your heels and bend your knees all the way, drop down to your knees again. Okay, let's take one release of the wrist. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, round in a giant circle. And relax to shake out your arms. Okay, we try the left leg. Coming to tabletop, we start by extending the left leg out the back. Press the balls of the foot to the floor, push the heel behind you. Now we're going to lift that leg up, nice and straight and strong. Squeeze the glutes on this side, flex your ankle, and press your foot back. If you feel stable, opposite arm walks forward, lift from the thumb, straight arm. All right, keeping these pieces straight, we're going to lift and lower. As you inhale, you'll lower down and tap the floor. As you exhale, lift right back up where you came from. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more, please. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And release down, hands and knees. Take a moment to rotate the wrists, fingers out to the side, shift back and forth. And fingers back to the center, fingers toward each other, shift back and forth. Fingers point forward. Take your weight onto your right hand and flip your left wrist. Wiggle your fingers around. Trade sides, weight onto your left hand. Back of your right hand comes to the floor. Wiggle your fingers around. Come again, hands and knees, table. extend your left leg to the back, rotate into gate pose. So we're going to kickstand the right foot behind us and press the sole of the left foot into the floor. Then as you lift up, the left leg will be extended and you'll come up into nice neutral gate pose. So left leg is extended. You're standing directly over your bent leg, tailbone pressing forward, arms open. Ready? Deep breath in. Leading to the left. Exhale, coming across. Yeah, so anchor the left foot to the floor. This is the foot that we make in Warrior 1 and Warrior 2, right? We anchor that back foot. Now, inhale, open up, and we'll come all the way down with the right fingers, maybe landing on a block or maybe landing on the floor. Keep the tailbone pressing forward and the belly zipped up. I have a cramp in my foot. All right, from here, let's take a deep breath in. Maybe arm goes over your head. Then as you exhale, cactus elbow, open your heart a little bit toward the sky. One more inhale, arm reaches over your head. Now we're going to stand all the way up. Lift it up. All right. Rotate your leg into Warrior 2. So you're going to bend into that left knee. Slide it across so you get that open stretch here, wide in the hip structure. Arms are open, gazing out over your fingers. Let's inhale to reverse warrior. Lift your left fingers up and your right fingers could support you on your hip or maybe a block or the floor. If you'd like, hover in space and make your core do the bulk of the work. Now let's come back up. Inhale and release, coming all the way down again to tabletop. And if you'd like, get off your knees in downward dog or come onto your belly. Now we're all going to make our way into standing forward fold. So bending your knees, walk your feet and hands toward each other. Coming into a standing forward fold. Remember, please, we want to protect the back with soft knees so that we can find length in the back, priority over length in the legs. Now, if your neck is bothering you, take a moment to roll your shoulders in this position. And if your cervical spine is healthy, give this a try. You can interlace your hands right at the base of your skull. Squeeze your elbows toward each other and let the bones of your forearms hug your cheekbones. Let the arms add a little traction to your cervical spine. Release your arms down. Bend your knees, looking up with your head and heart. Reach your arms out and up overhead, reaching to the sky, palms touch, hands slide down to your heart. Settle into mountain pose for a moment. Extended, arms beside you, feet anchored to the ground. Find the earth through your feet. Now, here we go. Let's take half sun salutations. As you inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold, all the way down. Lift your heart forward into half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, standing all the way back up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. One more time, please. Inhale your arms out and up. Swan dive down. Open your heart as you fold. Half lifting, hands to your shins or knees, heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, rise all the way back up, reach to the sky. Hands come down to your heart. Okay, let's come into standing warrior 1. So we're gonna move toward the middle or the front of your mat. We're gonna stand on the right leg. Remember, the feet are apart in warrior 1. They're not on the same track. They're separate from each other. Shift your weight to your right foot. Step your left foot toward the back. Ground that foot to the floor, just as we did before. Then bring your tailbone to the front, hips toward the front, and your arms are going to raise wherever's comfortable. Maybe that's cactus, maybe that's V, maybe that's up, biceps by your ears, you decide. All right, now we're gonna squeeze a little bit to bring some blood flow into the shoulders. So this will be the inhale. Then as you exhale, you're gonna squeeze your elbows into cactus and pull them down a little lower into a W shape. Inhale, come right back up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, raise them back up. One more, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach for the sky. And this time, lower your arms down behind you to interlace your fingers. Let's put the right thumb on the top. And if you can point your fingers extend and interlace the rest, give that a try. If that doesn't work for you, you could try hips with your hands and squeeze your elbows back, okay? Now we're gonna take the inhale here and lift the heart. Then as we exhale, lean forward. Really pull back on your front hip, your right hip. Lift your belly up away from your thigh and reach the fingertips. Trace a line reaching toward the sky. Squeeze the muscles between your shoulder blades and up by your neck. Bring some blood flow into that area. Release your arms, let them go all the way down toward the floor. Reach them forward, press back up to warrior one. And exhale, hands come to your heart. Step forward, feet together, and shake. Okay, all right? So we're gonna try the second side. Remind yourself what works and what doesn't in your own body. Think about what modifications you might need in the second side. Stepping back here with the right foot and shifting hips forward, tailbone forward, zipping up, shoulders open, heart shining. Right, now we're rotating that right leg a little bit out to the side so that we can keep the legs straight, straight, straight and anchor the foot. Okay, now here's our inhale, heart open. As you exhale, bend your cactus elbows, squeeze them down into a W and open your chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach up, last one. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach all the way up. This time we let the hands reach behind us. Interlace them again if that works for you. Opposite thumb on the top and pointer fingers extended. Inhale the heart up. Exhale, lean forward, pull back on your left hip, reaching out the front. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Lift your finger pointers up toward the sky as you lower down. Continue to press in your feet. Don't lose that. As you inhale, let go of the clasp of your hands. Sweep them toward the floor and forward and up. Reaching to the sky, warrior one again. Hands to your heart, step together in the front. Okay, shake that out. All right, let's rotate the ankles now before we go into our second warrior pose. So I'm gonna stand first on my right foot, put the top of my left foot on the floor, and draw a circle with my ankle around and around. Both ways. Now we add a balance challenge. So after you bend your toes, we're gonna stand on the right leg. We're gonna lift up the left knee. Okay. Same thing here. Circle your ankle around and around. Point and flex your ankle. Now you're gonna kick your foot straight out in the front, straight leg. Then bend your knee with a pointed ankle. Kick your straight leg forward. Bend your knee with a pointed ankle. One more, kick it straight out. And bend your knee and release it down. And then we're gonna step behind us so we have that left foot behind. Press the heel to the floor. Lift your heart up. Nice work. Come back to center. Shake it out. Okay, let's do that second leg for the balance. We stand on our left foot. Put the top of your right foot on the floor and circle. Reverse. Okay, bend your toes. And we're going to go into that full-on balance. All your weight is shifted onto your left foot. And lift your right leg up. Rotate again, circle that ankle. Point and flex in your ankle. Now we're going to go through that straight leg, bent knee, okay? So here we go. Push your legs straight, push through the heel with a flexed ankle. Bend your knee and pull the toes to pointed. Push it straight out and bend your knee pointed. One more, push it straight out. Bend your knee pointed. Then step your foot just a little bit behind you. Push the heel to the ground, tailbone forward, lift your heart up. We're stretching the hip flexor here. Terrific. Okay, shake out both legs. Then we're going to step wide apart, getting ready for warrior two. But we'll first do a goddess or horse stretch. So we're going to face the long side of the mat and rotate your toes out and heels in. Take a deep breath in as you raise your arms to five-pointed star. Then exhale, bend your knees and your elbows. Now shift your weight side to side, back and forth. Shift side to side. Good. Now we're going to add perhaps lifting your heel. You can lift the heel on the foot that's away from you, or you can lift the heel on the foot that you're going to. Either one is fun. You know how I love to add fun stuff, right? All right, let's come to neutral in the center. Drop into your seat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, rise up, five-pointed star, and release. Okay, feet are parallel to each other a moment, and circle your hips around. Then we'll come to warrior two. Okay, we'll start with the right leg. Wide feet. Rotate your right leg to the right. Bend your knee deep, okay? Remember the anchor of your back foot, just like we've done in those last two poses. Knee stacks over your ankle in front, outside edges on the floor in the back. Open your arms and gaze over your right fingers. Feel that zipper come up through your front belly. It's all right if the hips are rotated forward a bit, but the back leg is straight and strong and the shoulders are long. Now let's reverse the warrior. Reach your right arm to the sky as you lean back toward the rear of your mat. And coming to warrior two, we'll take side angle this time. Reach to the right, lower your elbow or your hand to your thigh, and sweep your left arm forward and up, bicep by your ear. Make yourself into a really nice long straight line, okay? See if you can tighten up your back thigh anymore. And coming to warrior two again, we'll straighten the leg and reverse triangle here, reaching up to the sky. Notice the connection of your feet to the floor. Inhale, neutral, and let's go into triangle. Reach forward and down. Slide into whatever shape triangle works for your body. Keep your heart open. And rotate toward the sky. Let's take deep breath here. Exhale, just your left arm into cactus, maybe rotating a little more toward the sky. Inhale, release, stand all the way up. And exhale, feet parallel. And bring your feet a little closer. Circle your hips around. Ready for that second side? I'm going to grab a little sip of water. Let's go again. Rotate the left leg to the left. Big wide stance. Bend into your knee. Left knee over ankle. Anchor the outside of your right foot. Tighten up your thigh so you can pull the flesh to the bone and press that thigh bone toward the wall behind you. Arms open, gazing left. And reverse warrior. Lift your left palm, slide it back, leaning toward the back of your mat. Keep that left knee bent, please. And coming back to warrior two. Now we take side angle, reach left, lean left. Allow your elbow or hand to your thigh and sweep your right arm across, bicep by your ear. Right, if that doesn't work for your shoulder, you can keep it lifted to the sky. Then we're going to take one breath here, inhaling up, and as you exhale, bend your elbow a little bit, turning it toward the sky. Inhale, release, come all the way to warrior two, standing, straighten both legs. Reverse triangle, lift your left hand again, lean toward the back corner of your mat. And triangle, open up, shift your hips, and slide down. All right, release, inhale, rising back up, straighten both legs, heels in, toes out, bend your knees one more time, cactus those elbows. Now we're gonna make a little balloon shape out of our arms. So bring your fingertips to touch over your head, like make a circle, right? And then as you exhale, you're gonna drop those arms and make a circle down below you. Then inhale, reach them up, make a circle over your head. Then exhale, lower your arms down, make a circle below you. This time we stand. Inhale your arms up, interlace, hook your thumbs together if that works for your body. Parallel your feet, open your heart up to the sky. As you exhale, release your hands, roll back, reach your arms behind you, and forward fold. Hands come to your hip creases, reach out the front. Place your hands onto a table or a cushion or ottoman, whatever you have, or they can come all the way to the floor. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, we're going to stand all the way. Maybe you bend your knees to get yourself up. Reach to the sky. Hands come together into your heart. Heel toe your feet back together. Okay, shake that out. So before we come into warrior three, I'd like to do one more shoulder stretch for the shoulder area, okay? So we'll start in comfortable standing place. So I like my feet a little bit wider than hips distance. You decide where is comfortable for you. Really ground through all four corners. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. As you inhale, reach your arms forward, palms open, slide them out to the side, thumbs reach to the back. Then as you exhale, reverse that, come to the front. Bend your elbows out to the side, pull your hands in by your belly. Then slide your hands under your armpits and reach them out the back. Then we go in reverse. Pull your hands through, palms face up and come out the front. Open to the side, elbows reach out, out, out. Good. Go in reverse. Palms come forward, facing up. Elbows bend back by your sides. Hands go under your armpits and out the back. Palms facing up, open your chest. Reverse. Bend your elbows, pull the palms forward, slide the hands out the front, and then open your arms wide. Arms go all the way up over your head. Then we'll bend the left elbow. Use your right hand to hold on to that left elbow and maybe tip over to your right side a little bit. So if your shoulders don't do that, you could try raising your right hand in front and placing it on your shoulder and using, that's your left hand, using your right hand from underneath to push up. Okay? All right. Let's change hands. Release your hands to the sky. Bend your opposite elbow. Use your left hand to hold that elbow and bring yourself maybe across a little bit. Again, if this side doesn't work, you're coming up the front and pressing from underneath. Okay? All right, inhale, release, let go, reach to the sky. Exhale, let it go. Let's dangle into forward fold. Drop in. Shake out your shoulders. Shake out your head. Bend your knees as your heart and head lift. Stand all the way tall. Reach up. Exhale as your hands come together and down to your heart. Okay, you ready for warrior three? This one is fun. It's a nice balance challenge. If you want to bring a chair nearby or if you want to have a wall nearby, go ahead. I'm going to demonstrate using this wall here. If your arms go out in front of you, you can face the wall. Okay? If your shoulders won't let your arms do that, you're going to bring the wall beside you, okay? okay? And if you're standing beside the wall, you want the leg that you're standing on to be the leg that's closest to the wall, okay? And the lifted leg is going to be the one that's away from the wall, okay? If you're using a chair instead of the wall, same thing. Chair in front of you if your shoulders work. Chair beside you if your shoulders don't work. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start in Warrior 3 so that we're facing the front, okay? And I'm going to stand on my right leg and step my left leg back. I want both feet to face the front, and I want my hips to face the front. I'm going to bring my hands on my hip creases, then I tip forward as I lean to the front. Okay? From here, I really want to pull back on both sitting bones, both hip creases, so I'm nice and level. Then I shift my weight forward to that right leg and lift the heel in the back. So if you're using a chair, your arms are in front of you, you're holding on. Your arms are beside you, you're holding on. Same with the wall. Any of these work. Keep the heart and belly lifted away from the floor. You guys look terrific. Let's go in reverse. Drop that foot down as you stand up. Reach to the sky. Palms come to the heart as you step together with your feet. And shake it out. Okay, other side. All right, so we're going to stand with our feet on either side of a track, right? We're not standing on a balance beam. Shift your weight to your second side. Then take that other leg and step it behind. We want both feet pointed forward, both hips pointed forward and shoulders. Bring your hands into your hip creases. Then we're going to hinge forward at the crease of the hip, and they're both going to go back at the same distance, right? We don't want one to go back and the other to stay forward. As we begin to shift the weight to the front foot, lift the heel and back. Now's your chance to reach for your support system. Reach forward for the wall or the chair, or the side, whichever works for your shoulders. So we want to also take care that the leg and back doesn't end up weather veining across the mat. So sometimes we come into the shape and the leg swings across, okay? And it might look like this, with the leg up, and then it begins to swing over to one side. So we really want to use the outer hip and keep it pressing back. All right, all done. Lower your foot, drop into that standing place, take your arms all the way up overhead, palms touch, and come to your heart as you step forward. Okay. All right, shake it out. You guys did great. Let's come down to start cooling down. I'm going to come through a squat. If you want to do the same, you're welcome. Otherwise, just sit down. I'm going to take my feet wide, drop down into a yogi squat, knees wide, elbows to the insides of my knees, and really widen through the groin. All right, have a seat. Extend your legs out front, give a good shake. If you have a block, we're going to take supported bridge with lifted legs, which is also supported shoulder stand. So bring yourself down onto your back, lift your hips, and slide the block underneath on either low or medium, but please don't use high, right? Low or medium, but don't use high. Once you get settled, you're going to bring your knees up, and you might need to resettle. Yeah? Extend your legs toward the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to rest. Allow your legs to rest. Notice here how your connection with the earth has changed its orientation. As we began our practice, we started out on our mat, on our backs. The back body was connected to the floor. Then we moved to our hands and our knees and the tops of our feet, but we remained connected. Then we moved to the soles of our feet as we stood up, but we remained connected. And now as we turn upside down, we still find that the back of our heart and our arms and the back of our head remain connected. And sometimes there's a barrier between us and the earth. In this case, it's a block. But this block is also tethering us to the earth. So even in those times where we feel at a loss, we feel disconnected from our people, from our routine, from things, routines and situations in life that we used to know, and we feel that now we don't know what we're supposed to do, where we're supposed to go. Remind yourself that there is still a connection to the earth. It is always there to support you. Bend one knee, bend the second knee. Engage the abdominals. Lower one foot, lower the second foot. Lift your hips, remove your block. Slowly lower your hips all the way down to the ground. Bring one knee to your chest. Bring your second knee to your chest. Squeeze it open a little bit. Then pull your knees wide apart and begin to circle your knees around. Reverse direction. Make any final stretches or movements that you would like to add in, maybe another twist before you finish in Shavasana. If you would like to take a longer Shavasana than I'm going to cue with you today, please by all means allow yourself to stay here and enjoy as long as you would like. Same goes if you don't have any more time and you need to complete your practice now. If you'd like, just jump up at any time and turn off your video and your sound, and we'll see you at another time, another class. For now, let's rest in Shavasana. Let's begin to bring some movement back into fingers and toes. Extend your arms overhead, lengthen your legs out in front if they're not already there. Deep breath in, squeeze all the muscles you can find. Big sigh out your mouth. Gently bring your legs in, Maybe pulling your knees all the way in close, give yourself a big hug. As you exhale, roll over onto your right side, supporting your head or resting your third eye down to the earth. Press yourself up into a comfortable seat. And let's drop the chin toward the chest, bring your palms together in front of your heart. As you breathe in, reach your hands and face to the sky. Exhale, open your heart wide and your arms all the way around back together in front of your heart. Thank you everyone for coming out once again today to share in this practice with all of us, and we are looking forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.